大家好，大家晚上好，欢迎来到涅玛拉无国界艺术沙龙。可以听到吗？大家晚上好，欢迎来到涅玛拉无国界艺术沙龙。我们今晚的音乐会很快将会开始。艺术是一种打破国界、沟通彼此的桥梁。涅玛拉是来源于古代梵文，有纯洁无瑕的含义。在这里，热爱艺术的朋友们一拍即合，做了一个线上平台，让大家面对面在艺术中一起回归到我们刚来到世界之初时的纯净的样子。今晚我们有幸邀请到来自瑞典的音乐家理查德·佩尔森来和我们分享他的音乐。在理查德17岁那年，因为意外事故而失去了视力和右手，但他没有放弃对音乐的追求，不仅完成了大学的学业，还去印度深度学习了古典音乐。如今他在捷克的乐队里担任吉他手和主唱，用3个手指弹出吉他的美妙旋律。在他演唱的间隙，他也会和我们分享一些他不平凡的生活经历。So now I will introduce a bit in English for those of you who are joining from abroad. Hello everyone, and a warm welcome to Nirmala Art. Nirmala in Sanskrit, it's a Sanskrit word, means pure or immaculate. Nirmala art is art that is inspired by the purity that is within us, that is universal, that has a power to transform and unite people from all over the world. Tonight, we are very happy to introduce to you singer-songwriter Richard Passion. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to enjoy your musical journey, and we look forward to follow your life story as well. Richard has studied both Western and Eastern music. About 4 years ago, he released his first album, The Way. Besides playing in a number of bands nowadays in the Czech Republic, he is also a teacher and a motivational speaker. So, I hope you're ready, Richard. Let's now welcome Richard Passion. Richard, can you unmute your microphone?
I am now.
Yes, we heard you for 1 second and it was muted again. Can you unmute your microphone again?
So now I should be unmuted.
Yes, welcome, Richard.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy that I have been invited here. So I'm going to make a small little setting here. So hopefully now the sound will be better. So I hope you can all hear me. And yes, my name is Rickard, and I would like to share some of my experiences with you today by words and music.
Richard 巴手说：“今天很高兴能够来到这里，与大家分享他的音乐和他的一些经历。”
So we'll dive right into it. Sometimes in life, it might look like everything is over. It might be a very difficult situation, and it seems that there is no way back.
有些时候在生活中，我们看起来好像一切都完蛋了，好像什么都搞不定了。
But there is a way. There is always a way. It's just a question of how to find it.
但是实际上还是有条路，只是说我们怎样去找到它。
So I'd like to start with a song that I wrote with the title The Way.
现在 Richard 帕手要给我们唱一首歌，这首歌的名字就叫做《道路》。
Just give me a hint if you hear my guitar here, please.
Yes, we can hear.
Thank you.
We can hear.
So, The Way. The way I could see it, find out to make it on time, and what it had to tell you the final time. You say you would make it, you stay on the latest and time, and although you might find it hard to see through, it's growing to stay. The way it all is made, you finally come around, and why not to see how to make it all be on the right track, praying tonight. Going to be fine out to make it so you made it all the way, lose it all but find you're all the same. Free me, what it had to be, turn around and leave it all to see. The way. And maybe we'll make it, we say as we try out to find, to realize it's brought up above our final way. The way you're right on time and right in all the later hour, I could see it all through, come down to earth, then to be on the right line, you pray and to light, grow and to be on time. So you made it all the way and lose it all but find her all the same. Free me what it had to be and turn around and leave it all to see. So you made it all the way and lose it all but find her all the same. Free me what it had to be and turn around and leave it all to see. The way.
Wow，
Thank you for listening.
非常感谢大家聆听。
Many years ago, I woke up lying with my face down on the floor in a room.
很多年前，有一天我醒来的时候，是面朝着大地的。
My eyes were wide open, but I couldn't see anything.
我的眼睛大大的睁开着，却什么都看不到。
My right hand was also gone.
我的右手也没了。
The whole room was filled with smoke and it was still burning
整
there.
个的房间就像是被烟雾笼罩着，在燃烧着一样。
All the windows and doors had been thrown out by the force that had been released.
窗户和门，这句我没听懂。Could you pardon please this sentence I didn't.
Yes. So all the doors and windows, they had been thrown out.
这是整个的，我知道，整个的门和窗户都被炸飞了。
And I was lying there and I was trying to take in what had just happened.
他躺在那里，就是尝试着去看一下到底发生了什么。
It was something we just wanted to try out for fun.
有些时候我们就是尝试着去玩一些很好玩的事情。
Something that young guys try out to see how it works. But now it had all come to be something completely different.
有些年轻人想去尝试一些新鲜的事情，但是那个事情尝试了之后，就一切都发生了变化。
So when I was lying there, my whole life was passing through my mind.
然后他躺在那里，整个经历过的人生都在他脑子里过了一遍。
And I realized that there was nothing that I could do to change what had just happened.
就是他意识到所有发生的一切已经不可能再还原了。
We say that sometimes people they manage extreme situations. We can do things that normally it's not possible to do it. But in these extreme situations, sometimes we do.
就是在一些很极端的情况下，人们有的时候，觉得是不能做的，但是他们就去尝试了。
So what happened to me was that I knew that I couldn't do anything. And I knew that it would all come later.
就是他觉得，就是 pardon again, sorry.
Now, that I would have to deal with everything later on. In that moment, I couldn't do anything.
他以为他可以在之后解决所有的问题，但是在那一刻他却束手无策。
And somehow, in a way that I cannot explain with words, but I'll try, I became very calm. And I knew exactly what was important.
他没有办法用语言来形容他的那种感受，但是他那一刻感觉到内在非常的宁静。
So I was controlling myself, looking what had happened to me, and I knew that I had to stay still, not to lose consciousness.
他尝试着，就是他不能去失去知觉，而是要再继续往前走。
So I waited that day until help arrived.
所以他就等待着，直到他可以为止。
About 2 weeks later, I woke up in a hospital, lying in a bed, and I was not able to move from that bed.
2周以后，他躺在病床上，但是他醒来之后发现他根本动都动不了。
When I tell this story, I say I looked like a mummy because I had bandages. The only thing that was not in bandages were my feet.
就是他在他讲这个故事的时候，他就感觉就是唯一他能动的就是他现在就是他的脚。
So, I was 17 years old. I couldn't see anything. I lost my hand and fingers on the other hand, and I couldn't move from the bed. And I was supposed to find my way back to life again.
17岁的他失去了视力，然后失去了他的手和另外一只手的几个指头，然后躺在床上不能动弹，但是他却尝试着去找到自己新的道路。
And of course, it seemed to be impossible.
看起来一点没有什么可能。
You don't know anything. You haven't learned how to deal with these situations. We don't learn it in school. We don't get it from anywhere.
是在这种情况下，他不知道，他没有学过怎么来应对这样的一种情况，在学校里也没有学过，在哪里都没有学过怎样应对这样的一种情况。
So with no books available or no one else around, eventually you come to the point where you have to decide if you're going to continue to live your life or just stay in that bed.
没有一本书或者没有一个人可以告诉他应该怎样做，但是他却来到了那样一个点，就是我决定要走下去，还是我就这样躺着。
And then eventually, for me, I got tired of all the thinking about how bad everything was and that I didn't know what to do. So instead of thinking, I said, okay, enough. And I said, how? Now I decide how to do it.
实际上他已经厌倦了去思考，然后他就不想去想了。那他现在就决定，我就往下走吧。
And my feeling inside, I used to say that it was as if the attention went to the heart. So I stopped listening to my head and I followed this voice in the heart that said, get up, keep going.
然后他就不再去相信自己的头脑，而是跟随自己的内心。他的内心告诉他，站起来，继续往前走。
And so I did. And it was as if there was a flame in the heart burning. It felt like you wouldn't be able to just put it out like that. It was not possible. It just continued, no matter how the situation is around you. It just continues.
就好像他内心有一团火焰在燃烧，就不管是情况是多么的糟糕，这团火焰是永远不可能熄灭的，然后是会带领他一直往前走。
So I wrote a song about this. And it's right like this, that when you think that it's impossible, you listen to this inside yourself.
然后他写了一首，sorry。
Yeah, you can.
然后 Richard 写了一首歌，这首歌就像是，很多事情不可能，但是他却推着你往前。
And when you do that, it changes. You see yourself standing up, or eventually standing up. You start facing life again, and you just do it.
然后你就，看似不可能的事情，你却可以再重新开始。
So this next song is about that. It's called Burning. It's right about this thing.
接下来这首歌就是讲的这个内容，叫做 burning， 叫做燃烧。
Hey, traveler, see, just take your time. Matters that we say, my own is mine. Taken in the days, you can feel alive. Breaking up from place to face, whenever they say why. Burning there inside you, just waiting to come out. The feeling once was lost, but now it's found. Coming down to see you, the friend that you call love, is giving you a reason to go. To say what you mean, you play it out to be, and hand it out to all of us, and I will say we're one. And please remember to keep this in mind. Burning there inside you, just waiting to come out. That feeling once was lost, but now is found. Coming down to see you, the friend once was lost, but now is found. Coming down to see you, the friend that you call love is giving you a reason to go.
Amazing.
Thank you. So, there is something, when you lose, you feel that you have lost everything. It looks pretty bad. But there is one thing which actually is good about that.
有些时候我们看起来，我们失去了一些东西，但是却从另外一个角度来说，它又是好的。
First you think, no, not really. What could that be? But if you stop for a while and you just reflect on it.
有时候我们可能会觉得，怎么可能会是这样呢？但是如果我们再重新看它的时候，就会不一样。
So you lose all your dreams, hopes. It looks really, really bad, pretty dark. But you also lose the negative things.
你失去了梦想，失去了希望，看起来好像一片的黑暗，但是也许你失去的却是一些负面的东西。
So we lose fear. Fear of what? Fear of trying, fear of losing.
但是我们却失去了恐惧，对尝试的恐惧。
And then you realize that you're not afraid anymore because you have nothing more to lose.
然后你就会觉得没什么，因为你就不会再恐惧了，因为你没什么可以再失去了。
And then if somebody tells you, no, 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 you can't do that. Imagine if you fail. No
但是有些
problem.
人，有些人会告诉你，那你失败怎么办呢？但是没有关系啊。
So like this, my experience was like this, that I could try. Of course, you use common sense, but you say, okay, let's try and see if it works.
这是他的想法，就是那我就去试一下，没关系啊，那有什么呢？
And there's nothing wrong with aiming high.
目标很远大，不是什么错的事情。
If you start crying just because you didn't reach there, it's up to you.
如果你哭泣的话，是因为你还没有达到那个地方，那个是取决于你。
But the important thing is that you try and see what happens.
但是更重要的事情是，你要看一下，去试一下，然后看看什么会发生了。
Many people around you, they will tell you, it's like this, this is the limit, you can't do more than this, and so on.
有些你周边的人会告诉你，就是这样了，你不可能再做的比这更多了。
But once you try, you will see it's completely different.
但是当你去尝试的时候，你就会发现跟他们说的完全不一样。
It's about your own experience.
这是关于你自己的经验。
And once you do this, you make it your own thing.
当你尝试去做的时候，你有了自己的，属于自己的。
So I was aiming high. I was talking a lot. You can imagine I was lying there in the bed. I could move my fingers and my mouth.
瑞查德说他的目标很远，但是他却只能动他的3个手指和他的嘴巴。
And people shook their head and said, "Oh no, he's in his own world. He's in his own bubble. And soon he's going to realize that it is not reality."
然后有人会说，他在他自己的世界中，他不能面对现实。
But they did not understand what I have learned already about losing fear.
但是他们却不能够明白，他已经完全的不再恐惧了。
So there I was, saying to myself, I have to try the guitar again, because I did play before.
然后他就对自己说：“那我应该要再去尝试一下去弹吉他，因为我以前弹过。”
There must be a way to do it, even if I just have 3.5 fingers on the left hand.
总是有什么办法可以让我去弹的，哪怕我只有3根半的指头。
You know, you can take many chords on a guitar with just 3 fingers.
你可以用哪怕只是3根指头，就可以在吉他上弹出很多的和弦。
And maybe people were thinking, yeah, he might be able to take 2-3 chords. And that's it.
人们会想，他顶多只能弹2-3个和弦而已。
But I said, hey, well, with 3 chords, you can play at least 500 songs.
但是我说，哪怕就是2-3个和弦，我却可以弹500首以上的歌。
So I got a guitar, and I got help, and with the duct tape, and there is this card, this identification card that you use at the hospital. So we actually used that card, and we attached it on my arm like this, and we used the tape around the arm. And that was my first tryout with the guitar with just one hand.
然后我就拿着就是医院的那个就是健康卡，然后把它缠绕在我的右手上，就是用这样的方式，我拿起了吉他开始弹。
And I'm joking about that card because I say that's the only time I really used it in the real sense.
然后他就在笑自己说：“这是我这个卡用这个卡的真正意义上在用这个卡。”
So I was able to take this first chord. It was a C major. It sounded pretty bad, something like I couldn't press the fingers down very much because they were not healed completely. And I was trying, but I said, yeah, I have to just keep trying.
然后我就弹了第一个和弦 C 和弦，但是听起来不是那么到位，可是我还是去尝试。
And then I took a chord, and eventually it sounded like this.
然后我就弹了一个和弦，听起来像这样的。
And with that chord, I just knew inside, I could feel that this is going to continue. I'm going to do this. I just knew it.
然后我听到这个弹出来的声音之后，我就知道我一定还是可以继续往前走的。
And so since that day, I continued playing music, guitar, other instruments, and composing music.
那从那天开始，我就拿着吉他开始创作歌曲。
I play you the next song. It's called "To Light My Side."
接下来我唱另一首歌，叫让我在我身边。
Call to be by my side and hold to see as I'm cornered out the way. Lay down inside for that grain to come alive. Born and to feel that green will come alive. Make your way and find a light now, and take a step and start around. Fall and know I find a light my side, with whom it makes all sense you'll see. Say that name and I'll fear and hold my mind, and I will face it right away. Golden triumphantly created on the way, holding the track will lead you on to find. Make a way and find a light now, and take a step and start around. And fall and know I find a light my side, with whom it makes all sense you'll see. With whom it makes all sense you'll see.
So great.
Thank you for listening. So we can have a little break now in the middle,
Yeah.
and then we can continue. 5-minute break.
Yes.
We can have a little interaction time.
Yeah.
Thank you, Richard, for the.
Thank you. Thank you for listening.
洛宾，我想跟兄弟说几句，就是有一天我们把他的这首歌循环了一早上，就是 The Way 那首歌，真的，一早上就是满满的都是那种力量，就是听着歌可以听一早上。
Ricard, Lalita wants to tell you that when they were preparing for this event, there was one day they were playing your song, The Way, for the whole morning.
I'm very happy to hear that. Thank you for doing that.
And it was really encouraging for them. All of them are feeling the positive energy from the song.
That's very nice to hear. It gives meaning. When I hear it, it feels that it's fulfilling. Thank you for listening and sharing it and all that.
Yes. Ricard, so now we are entering into this little interaction time. We have just received a video from someone you might know, so we want to play it here for you.
就是我们现在现场要放一个视频，因为有一个兄弟，他有一个朋友是瑞莎的朋友，他想给瑞莎的说几句话，但是因为他没办法到现场，所以他就通过这个视频的方式来表达他的心意。
Okay, Ricard, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's start now.
Hello, everyone around the world. My name is Tom. I'm a friend and band member of Lenka and Ricky. We have been friends for some time and did like to say that it's been amazing. Richard Persson is a great person. He's very funny and an amazing friend. Is it true that even if my English isn't the best, we still somehow understand each other and we always have fun trying to talk? Whenever we go on a trip together, it's always just amazing. I'm really sorry I can't be live today to say all of this, but the fact that I'm not here right now doesn't mean that my words have less value. We love you, Ricky. Good luck with the performance. We know that people will love you. Bye. Ciao.
That was a surprise.
这是一个惊喜。这个兄弟说，他说他和 Richard 在一起，非常的开心。虽然他的英语不是那么的好呢，但是，他们却可以很流畅的沟通和交流。他说 Richard 是一个非常好的人，而且非常的有趣，非常的幽默。然后他，出去玩呀，就是非常的愉快。然后虽然他今天没有办法到达现场，但是他也送来他的祝福，他希望我们今天的活动和演出一切顺利。Yes.
Okay.
What a wonderful surprise.
Yes. Wait for that, Ricard. We might have someone more who would like to join live. Let's see. Maybe we have someone in our audience wants to call in.
就是有一个朋友正在希望加入我们的现场，我们看看这是谁呢
？I just call to say I love you. I just call to say how much I care. Oh, I just call to say I love you. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I just call to say I love you. I just call to say how much I care. I just call to say I love you. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Hello, Ricky.
Ahoy! Thank you. So thank you for joining and thank you for singing. Huh?
I didn't practice that very much though.
Yeah, great. Thanks.
Hi. So this
Thanks
is
for
my surprise.
joining.
Adam, yes. Hello, everybody. All the people in China who are watching and who will be watching later. This is Czech Republic here, and we are sending you all our love. Czech Republic is in the heart of Europe. So there
非常
goes our hello.
Yeah, we translate for well. 兰卡给所有的来自中国的朋友们，打招呼说大家好。他现在所在的地标是在捷克，捷克是欧洲的一个中心国家。好。So, Lanka have something very special. Yeah, there's a surprise we would like to tell Richard Paschal because you know there's a very wonderful song name is Smile. And this song, in fact, last time she had already done together with you. That is the first surprise. And the second surprise, she would like to sing a special song for you and for us. Okay.
Great.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me the chance. I would like to say just a couple of words about Rickard. Rickard is a really good buddy of ours, me and Tom, who was just now on the video. And when we have rehearsals to do some music together, I very often drive Ricky up and down in the city. And that is a special moment for us because we share so many things from our life and the difficulties and the struggles and what Rickard was speaking about, overcoming that, finding the strength every day to step out and just carry on what we have to fulfill, the things in our life. So I would like to say thank you so much, Rickard, because you always gave me so much power to do that. And really, when you told me about your motivational speeches, I felt, wow, why am I such a dumpling sitting down and, you know, feeling depressed and this and that? I have no disadvantage in my life as Rickard has. So when I thought about my life, I wrote it down in a song, which I'm gonna sing. It's all about my life. But there is this Rickard power in it. He gave me this kick to always rise. And the song is called Phoenix. And it's because Phoenix can always rise up. So I'm gonna sing this because I wrote that song after the kick of Ricky and his entry into my life.
How I translate for the Chinese audience. Okay. Lanka 是Richard Paschal 的好朋友，然后我们说他带来了一个很大的惊喜是，之前他们在一起创作了一首歌曲叫 Smile 微笑，然后当时他们在一起就是排练，但是在 Richard 不知道的情况下，其实兰卡已经把这个完成了，这首歌已经完成了。然后今天呢，他来到现场，兰卡来到现场是想送给Richard 的一首歌叫做《凤凰》，因为在他们的生活过程中，经常Richard Paschal 给予了他很大的鼓励，尤其是在他遇到困难、遇到很多的障碍的时候 ，Richard Paschal 是他的就是给予了他很多的积极的力量。所以让他能够不断的在这种困难和这种障碍之中能够超越出来。所以今天他唱这首《凤凰》这首歌，因为凤凰就是就是涅槃重生的这种感觉。好。
So hello again. Shall I sing now?
Okay.
Yeah? All right. light my flame, make me nobody. Yeah, you should know you ain't my king. I shall always right. I shall always right. I am the sun. From ashes born, little phoenix. Just see my eternal soul will burn a light fire. You can't defeat me too. You can't destroy that child. You should know you are my kid. I shall always rise. I shall always rise. I will envy and the sun indeed. I will rise as sweet from ashes born, baby phoenix. Ashes born, little phoenix.
Thank you, Lenka. Thank you for joining in.
Thank you. Well played.
Thank you.
Sound.
We always like to improvise. That was a pure improvisation again. So shall I go mute now?
Yes, we can enjoy another of your surprise in the end, maybe. So we can show that in the end. And now we can give the mic back to Ricard. Thanks again, Lenka, for joining in.
Yeah, thank you, Lenka. Lenka, she is also very talented musician, as you can hear. I'm saying also as if I think that I'm good. You know, it's just a joy in it. That's what I mean. And once you get together and play music, it's just great, of course. And we do that together. So I was very happy to see that they joined in their own way. Great surprise.
兰卡是一个非常有天赋的，也是一个音乐人。然后，我非常的高兴，非常的惊喜，这是一个很大的惊喜。他能够以这样的方式加入到我们的这个活动中来，来表达他的 心意。
So, when we talk about this feeling inside that brings you further, when you think that you cannot, that's an experience that we all can feel, and we don't have to face something difficult.
当我们觉得我们就是要往前走的时候，我们不要去觉得这个东西是非常难以去面对的。
And once you give attention to that inside, you start doing things that you thought you couldn't do.
就是当你在心里面总是去想着这个事情我是没有办法去做的话，
And you can have that experience alone, but you can also experience it together, as if you would join hands and you get that strength
你
together.
也可，你可以独自一个人去体验，但是你也可以获取帮助，然后去获得力量。
And we all know the situation today, that we have been going through difficulties globally with everything that is happening now.
我们都知道现在我们在经历着全球的非常困难的时刻。
But as it is with all difficulties, they will have to pass. And we will go through it. And then we stand up again. Even we felt like we were down, we stand up again.
哪怕这些困难在我们面前，哪怕我们以为我们会跌倒，但是我们最终会站起来的。
So, you know, there's a storm coming in. And you have the idea that you have to be strong. But
暴风雨，
sometimes
Sorry.
strong is very different than what we think first.
暴风雨来临的时候，我们要非常的强壮。我们以为是这种类型的强壮。
So we might say that the storm is breaking all these big, strong trees. They break and they fall down.
然后这些暴风雨把这些树木都吹倒了，这暴风雨非常的强劲。
But the soft trees, the ones, you know, that bends, they just bend in the wind and they stand up again when everything is over.
但是那些柔软的树木，却是弯着腰的树木，却可以经过暴风雨的洗礼，风雨过后依然站立。
And that's what we do. That's what we will do. So this next song is about this, that you stand up after something difficult.
这就是下一首歌我们要唱的，就是经过一些困难，我们依然可以站立。
So next one is Stand Up Straight Again.
就是这首歌叫做Stand Up Straight Again， 就是站起来站直，再次站起来站直。
It was nice to hear the title in Chinese. Thank you. So here we go. Common ground, search and you will see. Now it all comes back to you. And how you've heard how it's all been said. Aiming up high and above, you find it here. as it comes. You say stronger stands the towers above, softer bends down freedom in the wind, and comes back when over. Stand up straight again, falling down, what will come to be, calling out all that you know, taking it back to where we all can see, aiming up high and above. You find it here, right here now. Who will stand and face it as it comes? You say stronger stands the towers above, softer bends down freedom in the wind, and comes back when over. Then stand up straight again. Stand and face it as it comes. You say stronger stands the towers above, softer bends down freedom in the wind, and comes back when over. Stand up straight again. Stand and face it as it comes. You say stronger stands and towers above, softer bends down and freedom in the wind, comes back when over. And stand up straight again. Thank you for listening. It's so quiet now. I hope you're still there.
Because we're really so impressed so much.
Thank you. I'm happy you are enjoying it.
Yeah. Some audience said it's so beautiful.
Oh, I'm happy to hear that.
So much beautiful. Yeah.
Nice to hear. I'll continue a little bit about some of my experiences.
我可以告诉大家一些关于这个的经历。
So I found a way back to, as we say, life again. And I did like everyone else. You know, we live our lives.
我回到生活之中，然后跟正常人一样的过着正常的生活。
Just I did things in a little different, in a little bit in a different way because of my situation.
只是说在有些方面有一点不同，因为个人的情况。
And as before, I was still quite extreme. So if somebody came and told me, no, you cannot do this. You are limited. I would do it probably 3 times just to do it.
有些人会告诉他不行，你是做不到的，但是他会尝试，那我就3次尝试试3次。
So I managed everything. We can say maybe even more than what I was supposed to, but still I felt that something was missing.
他做到了，而且比他想象中的还要好，但是他依然感觉到有些什么事情就是失去了。
And it took me quite some time to find out what it was. I traveled around the earth and came back home. And not until I came home again, that's where I kind of understood what it was that I was looking for.
然后他就在周游世界，当他再次回到家的时候，他就有了新的感受。
So in my seeking, I actually traveled to India to find out something that would be genuine, something real, or as we say, authentic.
就是他去了印度，我去了印度，然后想去找到一些，更特别的，就是这个词我没有听懂，that words I don't know. Jenny,
Yeah. So it was more. I was looking for an experience, not just something by words or thinking or by thought. I wanted to have an experience of something beyond the ordinary, like that.
我在寻找一些就是比普通正常，就是很普通的这些超越这些事物的一些全新的就是这种事物。
So it was funny because I was traveling for nearly half a year in India, and I didn't find anything that felt like that.
我在印度
Yes.
Sorry. 我在印度周游了半年的时间，但是我依然没有找到我想要找的。
And then I came to my hometown, and there was one person there showing this meditation, and it was for free.
然后我回到我的家乡
，and he told me that there is this space between your thoughts.
他回到家乡之后，他又碰到了一个人，然后这个人告诉他有一个方法叫做冥想，然后冥想就是可以在头脑中找到一个空隙。
And that you can experience that easily, and in that you will get this experience that you are looking for.
那你就我可以去，那个人就告诉他，你可以去尝试一下，也许你去尝试的时候，你就能感受到你一直在探寻的这样的一种感受。
So I tried it, and okay, it took me some time to get that experience, but eventually I felt it. And then I knew that, yes, all the time, it was this that I was looking for.
我尝试了，但是花了很长的一段时间，但是最后确实在这种冥想之中找到了这种感觉。
And in that, I could feel that, yes, this is who I am. This is me, not the thoughts, the feelings, and ideas about different things.
这就是我找到了，原来我不是这些想法、念头，这些东西。
So I'd like to invite you all to have this experience, whether you have it, whether you have had it, maybe you have, this is new to you. I'd like to invite you, we can all join and we'll see how it feels inside.
我想邀请大家来体验和感受这样的感受，也许对你来说很新，也许你已经体验过。
So we can just sit comfortably and keep our hands opened, facing upwards.
然后我们可以舒适的坐着，然后我们可以把双手掌心朝上。
Now, if you haven't had this experience or tried this exercise before, it's something which is very simple. We rather not do things. So we are not going to try something. Instead, we are leaving our thoughts, our mind, everything in this moment.
如果你以前还从来没有体验过这种，实际上我们不是做这样一个事情，而是我们就是完全的处在这个当下。
So we will use our right hand and we will place it on a few places on our body to help us to keep our attention within.
我们会用我们的右手放在身体相应的部分，来帮助我们的注意力，引导我们的注意力到达那里。
So let's keep our right hand on the lower part of the abdomen or stomach, we can say on the left side.
然后用我们的右手放在我们左边腹部腰带以下的位置。
All the thoughts, all the planning that we do, everything in our life, we leave it for a moment.
在我们生命当中，我们所有的计划、所有的想法，这一刻就让我们先把它们放空。
You see that door in your room. You just leave all the things outside that door.
你看到我们就像一个房间有一个门，我们现在把所有的这一切都放在门外。
Even if your thoughts are just coming, you say, I will deal with that after this. I will have plenty of time to deal with that later on.
如果说有什么念头和想法到你的头脑当中，你可以说，不是这个，现在不是这个，我后面会去处理你。
So now we can keep attention within ourselves, and holding the hand here, we can just ask silently within ourselves, please let me achieve the knowledge about myself.
然后我们可以放空所有的一切，然后我们对自己说，请让我得到内在的我自己的知识。
The pure knowledge that brings me to myself.
纯粹的知识能够指引我达到我的内心。
Just pay attention inside and see how it feels.
然后将我们的注意力放在我们自己身上去感受。
And now we can raise the hand to the upper part of the abdomen or stomach on the left side.
现在我们将右手放在左边肚脐旁边的位置。
Now, holding our hand here, keeping our attention here, we can say within ourselves in the same manner, I am my own teacher. I am my own master.
然后我们将手按在这里，注意力投放在这里。我们对自己说：“我是我自己的老师，我是我自己的主宰。”
Again, just see how it feels inside.
同样的，我们来感受一下。
Now let's keep our hand on our heart.
现在我们将右手放在我们心脏的位置，左边心脏的位置。
So we say in the heart resides the self or the spirit, what you are.
在我们的心里住着我们的灵，也就是我们的真我。
In that sense, your body is just the tool that you have.
在这样的
But
感
you
受
are,
中，
but you are this yourself or the spirit in the heart.
我们的身体只是我们的一个管道，而我们真实的我们却是我们的灵。
So we can say within ourselves, again, I am not this body, and I am not these thoughts, these feelings. I am this pure spirit within. That is my true self.
然后我们可以对我们自己说，对我们的内在说，我不是这个身体，不是这些念头，不是这些感觉，我只是一个纯粹的灵。
So now we can place our right hand on the left shoulder, where the shoulder meets the neck.
然后现在我们可以将我们的右手放在左边肩颈交接的地方。
Something that can stop us from being in this silence or in this moment are the thoughts of guilt, that we are guilty for something.
有些东西它是会阻止我们来到当下此刻，阻止我们去成为自己，就是我们的罪疚和内疚。
But we don't need these thoughts. We know what is right and wrong. So these thoughts are useless.
但是我们不需要这些的念头，这些想法，我们知道什么是对的。
So instead we say within ourselves, I am not guilty at all.
取而代之是我们要对自己说，我没有任何的罪疚感。
I am not the thoughts or the feelings, and therefore I am not guilty.
我不是这些念头和想法，我怎么会有内疚呢？
Now we can place our hand on the forehead across.
然后我们可以将右手放在前额。
Now in this moment, which is not the past or the future, the thoughts or feelings, in this experience, we can feel like the quality of the child within.
在这一刻，不是过去，不是将来，不是这些想法，不是这些念头，在这一刻，我们可以去体验一下一种回到童年的感受。
So in the same way as the child gives all its problems to its mother, which is in this moment.
在这一刻，就像孩子一样，孩子总是把自己的问题交给他的妈妈。
We can do the same to this power which is in the moment.
我们同样可以做这样的事情，就是在当下此刻，内在的时刻。
We can say within ourselves, we can say, Mother, to this power, Mother, I forgive. There is nothing that I do not forgive.
然后我们可以对自己说，对这个母亲说，我宽恕，没有什么是我不可以原谅的。
I also forgive myself.
我也同样原谅我自己。
Mother, please bring me to this moment. Let me experience myself right here and now.
母亲啊，请您带我来到这个时刻，就是当下此刻。
Now we can keep the hand down in the lap.
然后我们可以将手放在我们的膝盖上。
And we can slowly bring our attention up to the top of our head.
然后我们可以慢慢的将我们的注意力提升到我们的头顶之上。
Now, if there are still thoughts coming, we say again that I am not these thoughts, not these feelings. I am right here and now.
如果我们头脑中还是会有紧张念头出现，我们就对他说，不是这个，我们只在当下此刻。
Now we can place our right hand with the palm down on the top of our head in the center of the scalp.
然后我们现在将我们的右手放在我们头顶正中央， 中心位置，最顶部。
And we can slowly massage the skin on the head clockwise.
然后我们可以慢慢的以顺时针的方向按摩我们的头皮。
While we are doing this, we can say within ourselves to this motherly energy or power, Mother, please awaken me. Awaken me to this moment, right here and now. Allow me to experience the truth within myself.
当我们在按摩的时候，我们可以在心里做一个真诚的请求，对这种母性的力量做一个请求。母亲，请唤醒我，请让我来到当下，此刻，请让我能够感知到真理。
Mother, please give me my self-realization.
母亲，请让我得到觉醒。
We can hold the hand still, pressing it slightly down.
然后我们可以慢慢的将手放下。
And now we can slowly raise the hand above the head.
然后我们可以将手在头顶上方抬高，在手顶上方。
And see if you can feel a cool breeze in your hand.
然后可以感知一下，是不是有什么清凉的凉风从头顶渗透到手心。
You might feel heat or a mixture coming and going.
或者你可能会感受到热气，或者说混合的。
Now try with the other hand, put it on the head, palm facing down, and then slowly raise it up.
然后可以用左手再尝试一下，将左手放在头顶，然后按在头顶，再慢慢的抬起来，在头顶上方去探测。
Sometimes we can feel it more in one or the other hand.
有时候我们可以在另外一只手感知到更强的，相对之前的手。
So now we can keep our hands down in our lap.
现在我们可以将手放在我们的膝盖上，掌心朝上。
Now for those who is doing this for the first time, this is very simple. And now, whether you have felt it or not, you have this connection.
就是针对第一次接触和感受这个过程的朋友来说，无论你是有感知还是没有感知，实际上你已经实现了这种连接。
And the experience can be stronger, and you can strengthen your connection with your true self, with this energy as well, within yourself.
你可以不断的加强这种连接与你的真我。
And you can do this by this practice to reach this state of silence.
你可以通过练习来达到这种宁静。
many things can take us away from this inner state. Once we go on with our lives, our attention is on the outside.
我们的生活当中可能会有很多的事情将我们从这样的宁静的状态之中带离。
But if you continue to bring your attention inside like this,
但是如果你能够很长的让自己将注意力拉回来，回到当下，
you will start to see yourself doing things that you never thought that you could do.
然后你就会发现，原来你自己可以达成很多你以为自己达不成、无法达成的事。
You realize that there are no borders, not the ones that you make with your mind.
然后你会发现是没有界限的，是不是你的脑袋可以想象、可以创造的？
Instead, you start acting from this moment, right here and now.
取而代之的是，你可以以当下此刻的方式去做事。
And life becomes something completely different than before.
然后生命会变得与之前完全的不一样。
And you'll start enjoying everything more and more, no matter what happens around you.
然后无论周边发生怎样的事情，你就会可以越来越享受。
If you reach inside, if you want to touch this, if you want to stay in this state of consciousness, that is what happens.
如果你想达成这样的内在的宁静，走向内在，达成这样的当下此刻的状态，
So if we all just relax and keep your attention inside,
如果我们能够完全的放松，只是把我们的注意力收摄在我们的内在，
just let your thoughts pass by. Don't follow them.
让这些想法和念头只是这样子经过，但不要跟随他们。
And I play you a last song, which has the title Silence.
然后我会给大家弹最后一首歌，名字叫做《宁静》。
Have you heard the silent night? The earth is always singing praises of the morning light. Even before morning, and the whole world is singing on its beauty all day long. And even is a song. Weep not for the day of grace, for the heavens are not weeping. Roses, they are red and gay. They are even blooming. The whole world is singing now its beauty all day long. And even the quiet dark, but silence is a song. But silence is a song. But silence song. Thank you for joining.
非常的感谢大家，
Thank you for joining in this silence.
非常感谢大家加入到这种宁静之中。
Whatever you do, bring this with you. Stay in this silence.
希望这样的宁静一直延续整个夜晚，
It will carry you on in life, no matter what you face.
可以带着你一直往前走，在这样的宁静之中。
We are all in meditation. Maybe we have no questions, but I'd like to open for any questions. If anyone has questions, I'll be happy to answer them if I can. And there are no strange questions. Anything is allowed to ask, and I'll do my best to answer.
也许大家因为冥想了，所以可能都没有什么问题了。但是我们还是欢迎大家问各种各样的问题，没有什么问题是奇怪的，只要你有问题都可以问，我会尝试着去回答。 some audience said they really would like to be friends with you.
Oh, we are already. We are friends. I'm happy that you joined. Thank you for listening and
我们都是朋友，我们本来就是朋友，而且非常感谢大家能够参与和加入。然后今天我们现场，一共我们在最高峰的时候应该有60多个朋友加入，然后我们的第2直播室，刚才看到有朋友说是有25位朋友在线，然后还有 Facebook 不知道还有多少人。乐斌，你在吗？可不可以翻译一下？
Yes. So we want to tell you, Ricard, we have many audience online today. We have more than 60 here and another 20, 30 on a Chinese platform, and also it's live on Facebook. So many people have heard your inspiring story and your powerful music.
I'm happy to hear that. And thank you for listening.
Yes, and also thank you, Ricard, for sharing with us this inner peace that you have found. Interesting, not in India, but close to your home.
Yes, sometimes you need to travel far in order to forget about your ideas, and then you let go, and suddenly it's right in front of you.
然后有的时候我们需要去旅行，走很远很远的地方，然后把我们的想法、念头全部都抛掉了。对，刚才有一位女士，就是说兰卡唱歌的时候，有一位观众说，他不知道为什么哭了一场，然后很久很久没有这样哭过。
Yes, I
Yes.
can translate what
Yeah.
Lalita was saying. There was one of audience, she was sharing her experience when your friend Lanka was singing. She said she don't know why, but she couldn't help but crying, and she said that she has never feeling like this moved for some time.
Very nice to hear. Very nice.
洛宾是不是还有什么小的惊喜要带给大家？
Yes, can the technical person give the sorry, I was speaking Chinese just for a while, Ricard. 请那个技术人员可不可以给一位观众叫 Swedish 给他一个权限，给他出来说话的啊。Okay, so Suruj, can you hear us?
Yes, I'm here also.
Okay.
Hi, Suruj.
Hello.
You have some story to share with us, Suruj, or?
Yes, I don't want to take up so much of your time because I think you have very nice questions, I'm sure, for Ricard. But I just want to confirm that, I mean, Ricard is a person that I know him for many, many years, and like just his personality is very gravitating, no? Like we have been traveling to India together, and you know, like he was telling you before, that you can really break free from your boundaries. That you can really see in him. That in India, you know, like many people I know go to India and they are not ready at all, and they become very scared because the infrastructure maybe is not so modern, or there's other situations which can be very unknown. But Ricard was like, he's like the fish in the water in India, you know, like he will walk freely in the environment, and he will,
in any hole in the street.
yes,
Yeah.
he does. I mean, he
so-
just walks without any fear, and you can really feel like also in India people are much more confronting, you can say, but they are more interesting, and he handled that really, really nicely. And like people would ask him like, "What is your? How
Yes,
was
so,
it? What missing?"
Yeah.
Let's give some time for translation.
Yes.
for-
Yes.
Oh,
Can I
yes.
translate? Thank you. 这位兄弟呢，他是，他说 Richard Paschal 是非常有这种磁力的人，然后他们一起去了印度，在印度，度过了一段非常美好的时光。然后 ，continue please.
Yes.
Continue.
And
Okay.
you see this picture you see here is from the that me and Ricard, we went to India to a school, in a music school. And this is the picture, previous picture you could see was the group picture from this school. And it's like an international school where we meditated and learned Indian music. And
这个照片，这个照片是这两位兄弟在印度的时候的一所音乐学校照的这个照片。
So, as I was telling you that the Indian people really became impressed by Ricard. I could really see that they felt very inspired by his approach, how he was so freely accepting their culture and open for their culture. And like he was telling you that, I believe that when that thing happens within you, that you put your attention towards your inner guide, you really go beyond your boundaries.
就是印度这些朋友，他们非常就是受Ricard Paschal 的这种感染，因为就觉得他没有任何的障碍，他可以虽然在身体出现这样状况的情况下，可以如此自由的去生活，而且可以超越这些局限。
That you're not limited by your fears or your like your thoughts in that way, that you can really change your attention to be guided by something higher, which is within you. And this really we felt in Ricard, and also the people felt that, like all the people around felt that he's this inspiration which is guiding him, which is very became also inspired by that.
就是大家都因为Ricard Paschal 他超越了自己的恐惧，超越了所有的这些局限，而且内在有一个超越所有这一切的一种意识在指引着他，引领着他。而这些印度的人也因为 Ricard Paschal 的这种状态而受到了感染。
Can I tell something?
Definitely you can.
Thank you. I'm happy that you're sharing your experience. Thank you, Surush. Yes, we had a lot of very interesting experiences. I think Surush, it's a very diplomatic way when you say that the infrastructure, it's not so modern in India. You can have experience in that for sure, which is very different. But what I'd like to say is that a lot of people are experiencing this, what I have been talking about, in different ways. In my case, it might be more clear because my situation is different. If you can't see much, as that is the case for me, it is more likely that you have to let go and just trust. And the only thing you have to trust is within yourself. So in that sense, it's there for everyone. And I have the advantage of having to let go. So then everything works out. Let's see. Sorry, Lalita, I hope that it won't be too many words.
Yeah, I understand. 就是说Richard Paschal 兄弟说，对很多人来说可能都会有遇到这样的情况，但对他来说的话，可能一个优势就是说，他存在的这种状态是让他可以就是必须要去跨越，必须要去穿越的。所以对他来说是他要去听从内在的声音，可是其实对每个人来说都应该是有这样的条件去跨越的。Maybe I didn't translate it words by words. I translate my meaning.
I trust you completely. Thank you.
Thank you.
So wise men have said, if you get lost in the forest or you get lost, generally, it's very good. And it sounds this is contradictable, but it's good because you have to find your way back.
就是
And
如果说，
by bringing attention inside, you do that.
如果说你在森林里面或是在哪里迷路了的话，是不可控的，但是是非常好的，是因为你要找到回去的路。那么，就让你能够把注意力投放在你的内在。
Yes, okay. Thank you, Surush, for sharing.
Thanks, Surush. Thank you very much for joining.
So I'm sure you will enjoy all the questions now, Rika.
Thank you.
There is a question from the audience. So, 那个问题我看到的是，是不是关于冥想的时候，就是额头会有些紧张？
对，问题是这个。
Okay, so Ricard, there's one question from the audience. During meditation, I think she felt a little tense or nervous in the forehead. You have some experience or something you can help her about?
So there is one person who felt a little bit tension, you said?
Yes, some nervousness or some tension in the forehead.
In the forehead, okay. During the meditation, we say we forgive when we were holding our head right on this place. And it's, of course, this is, we think a lot today in our modern world. We use our brain very much. It's easy to be, yeah, please.
Thank you. 就是在当今的这个社会，我们想的太多了，我们很难的，就是能够静下来。
And I would say it's quite normal to we can say, be overloaded by thinking. And this creates attention. And many times you can feel it on the forehead.
就是我们有的时候头脑想的太多了，其实是一种透支，这种感受是很正常的。
Generally, you can massage the sides of your head, or just do things that you know makes you relax. Spend time in the nature, listen to relaxing music and these kind of things.
我们可以用双手去按摩我们的头，或者我们可以去大自然中放松，或我们可以听一些非常放松的轻音乐。
There are techniques how to balance yourself, but most of all, you will benefit from this if you sit down and let's say you make it a habit that you do it, let's say at least once a day. You have your place at home and you sit down, spend that time. And even if you cannot feel it so much, you continue to do that. Eventually, you feel it. You get that experience and you will not feel much of these, let's say, negative feelings. Physically, mentally, everything becomes, slowly it becomes more and more balanced. And you feel better and better. You become more and more free.
就是我们在生活中，如果想让生活达到这种平衡的话，我们可以试着每一天养成一个习惯，就是用这种找一个地方，然后每天坐在那里，静静的，让自己放空，静一下。这样的话，随着我们不断的有这个习惯，每天坚持，我们可以在生活中逐渐的达到这种平衡，逐渐的，就是实现这种能够回到当下的这种状态。
Thank you, Ricard.
Thank you. More questions?
Yes, I have seen someone, Saraswati, you raised your hand before. Would you like to ask something? If you like, you can open your microphone, if possible.
有一个人在问，他说右手中指痛，怎么调整？
Oh, okay. So there's another question, Ricard.
Yeah.
Another one from the audience. During meditation, felt the middle finger of the right hand a little bit hurting. It's a bit painful sensation. It's asking how to adjust.
Middle finger. Are we talking the long finger?
Yes.
Next to the index finger.
Yes, a long finger on the right hand.
Okay. So this, when we activate this energy or this power within ourselves, it communicates through our hands. It can also be through your feet. Or the sensation might be inside your body as well.
就是我们身体内的这些状况，可以通过我们的手指或者我们的脚趾来反映出来。
So if you feel it right on that finger, each finger corresponds to different, we can say, energy centers in the body.
每一个手指它对应着我们身体的不同的神经丛，能量神经丛。
So they all have qualities and they can be awakened, and sometimes they are imbalanced.
它们都是可以被唤醒，然后被平衡的，但是有的时候可能会不平衡。
Now, the long finger, the middle finger on the right hand corresponds to the third energy center on the right side, which is the liver, we can say.
就是我们的右手的中指，它与我们第三个能量中心相连接，然后它对应的是我们的肝脏。
And it shows that there is an imbalance, that we might use these say qualities. We tend to plan too much. We are too much ahead in the future. We might feel stressed, depending on different situations in our life. It might be work related or anything like this. Also, it might also be connected with money and your own relationship to money and how you use this and that.
这个右手中指的问题，可能就是跟我们就是对未来的计划太多，或者就是我们跟这相关的，就是考虑太多将来的事情，还有就是可能会跟我们金钱方面的问题，还有就是我们自己与金钱之间的关系的问题。
Now you can find all the information about techniques and how to do things. I think you have all the information, you have links from this platform or people that you can contact. But generally, it's very simple if you just keep your hand on this place. So this is the upper part of the abdomen or stomach on the right side, just below the ribs. Put your left hand there in the meditation, and you can just silently ask this energy or this power to balance you right there. And then you sit and keep attention there, and you will feel the difference after some time.
我们可以在一些就是各方面的关于这方面的知识中去找到这个答案，但其实是非常简单的。如果我们可以将我们的左手就放在我们的右边肝脏的地方，然后可以投放注意力在这里，然后就可以请求说请让我们这里得到平衡，然后我们慢慢的将注意力投放在这里，这里就会得到缓解。
Hope that helps.
希望这个对大家有帮助。
看看大家还有什么其他的问题，都可以可以用这个机会来问一下。
对。
Maybe can I ask something, Ricard?
Yes.
Yes. So we know that you had some interesting experience in India, and I understand that you've been to India for a few times, and once you were there in the academy to study Indian music. So I'm just curious, like, what is your relation with Indian music? Because it's quite different from the Western music that you majored in, and what have led you to that pursuit, and how that has helped you, or maybe in a way transformed you to the way to approach music.
就是如果就是问瑞莎的兄弟，因为他去过印度很多次，有一段时间他是在印度学习印度的音乐，那么这个印度音乐和他有什么关系？还有就是这个印度音乐，是不是帮助他，让他在这个跨越这些困难或者艰难中起到了一些的作用？
So the time that I spent there changed a lot of things, not only my understanding of music generally.
他在那里，我在那里经历的时光不光是音乐，而是它让我跨越了很多。
So this art academy founded by Srimataji Nirmala Devi is based on this meditation as well. So in this sense, you naturally music and meditation goes together.
是 Mataji Nirmala Devi 印度的一位女士创建的这所音乐学校，实际上是与冥想相关联的。它实际上是把音乐和冥想联系在了一起。
So practicing meditation, I would say you might get stuck somewhere and you feel that it doesn't work. Then if you practice the Indian classical music, it's so closely related. It's based on you can say they go hand in hand because it's based on that. And suddenly the experience is there and you find yourself learning much more that you could imagine that you would ever do.
就是印度的这些音乐呢，当你去学习的时候，它是手传，就是口口相传的，它和其他的不太一样。但是当你学习这个印度的音乐的时候，可能你就会，比如说我们有哪些地方是阻塞的，或者我们有一些障碍无法跨越。当我们学习印度音乐的时候，它带给我们的一些体验和感受，和这种突破，可能是我们无法想象的。
So by studying the Indian classical music, you can certainly learn a lot. It's such an, I would even dare to say, ancient part of the culture, tradition. But most of all, music, the music that I experienced in India, together with the experience of this inner self, is that you listen in a completely different way. It's not with the brain, it's much more with the heart. I think that's maybe the main thing that I learned, or not only learned, but I continued to have that experience.
在印度学习音乐的这个过程，更深入的是，它不是通过脑子去学习，而是，它带领着我更深入的走向自己的内在和内心。
So I don't claim to know music. I don't see myself playing an instrument or singing and saying, yeah, that was really good. That's not the main thing. Maybe it is good, but that's not the main thing. The main thing is the experience. And if you feel that, you can share it with others, and then you feel it together.
就是唱歌，它并不一定就是为了体现我唱得很好，而是我感受到了内在的这种美好，然后把这样的美好与更多的人去分享。
And it's a wonderful thing to get lost in the creation of music in this state where you're completely, there is nothing else, there are no thoughts, nothing, and you're just one with what you're doing. In this case, you are one with the music. That's the most wonderful experience to have, playing music.
在演奏中最美妙的时刻就是一切都没有了，而是完全的与这个音乐融为一体的这样的美妙的体验和感受。
I'll share something short. I am creating music at home with a small studio, and sometimes I sit down in the evening and I start composing music, and I record, and sometimes I kind of get out of it, and my feeling of time is so different that suddenly I look at the time and it might be nearly 5 o'clock in the morning, and I realize that I've just been completely lost in the music. But at the same time, it doesn't matter because it's so wonderful. Then you go and sleep for 2 hours and you're fresh in the morning and happy, and it's just this great feeling is there.
有一次他晚上在创作歌曲，然后他完全的沉浸其中，就忘记了时间。当他再看到表的时候，已经是早上的5点过了，但是他却一直也不觉得累。他在睡2个小时之后，然后就觉得还是很清醒，很舒服，但是就会被这种在沉浸于音乐中的这种喜乐完全的这种享受。
Yes, thank you, Rickard. It was really nice to hear. I guess we can all feel that through your music, it makes the listener feels their spirit. I think that's a common experience, that although it is your individual life experience, but through this great tour that you have transcended this experience to become something universal that can empower and connect everyone. So for that, we really thank you. And
thank you.
There is a related question from our audience. Someone is asking if you can maybe sing something like a Sanskrit, if I understand right, like a song.
Yeah, but
Sorry?
the time,
what?
No time.
Somebody is asking to ask you sing a Sanskrit song, but the time is we just have 5 minutes.
Yeah.
This is the minimum.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so we only have 5 minutes left, or?
Okay.
I was practicing very intensely the Indian classical music, though I haven't continued to practice that. So I brought, on the other hand, that whole experience with me, and that I do in the music. So maybe something would come, but I wouldn't dare to start singing right now what I learned back then.
就是我没有继续在学习印度的这些内容，但是我还是会继续学的，只是说当下这个时刻可能不是不太合适，不适合唱。
I'd like to share something, a little short story before we finish, if you don't mind.
我想再分享一个很短的小故事，如果我们不介意的话，如果大家不介意的话。
So people, they might look at me and they say, "Oh, poor guy, he can't, he's almost blind. He doesn't have a hand. Life must be tough."
你们看到我的时候，看到我视力也不行了，手也成这样了，可能就会觉得好可怜的人啊，怎么成这样了？
And if you follow your thoughts and your feelings generally, normally, yeah, then that could be the case, but it is not reality.
就是如果按照常理来说的话，可能会觉得这是真实的，但实际上它并不是这样子的。
Life is changing all the time. It's just a question how you follow it. And if you stay in this thoughtless state, you just do it automatically. It's very simple.
生命在不断的发生着变化，如果你是处在这种无思虑的状态之中的话，一切都在改变。
So, as an example, the other day I went to the shop nearby. It's not far from here. And I bought some things, and then I came back home and I was putting the grocery down on the table, and I was thinking it feels different. And I realized that I didn't have my glasses on myself. And then I was thinking, but did I really go all the way there without my glasses? Because if without my glasses, I see basically nothing.
就是有一天我去买菜，然后当我买菜回来的时候，把东西放在地上之后，我突然间那一刻我发现我没有戴眼镜。可是如果说我没戴眼镜的话，其实我是什么都看不到的。
So I thought maybe I just took them off when I came inside back home again. And I was looking for them, and eventually I found them, and I saw, yeah, they were next to the bed. So I never actually had them on.
就是他回来之后，我回来之后发现我的眼睛就是在床边的那个床边上，我根本就没有戴眼镜出去。
So either we say, hey, this guy, he's forgetting things all the time and he's a little bit lost, you know. or we can say, my attention was inside. I didn't even think about if I could see or not. And I just went for it in this state. And I was so relaxed that everything just worked out very smoothly like that.
可能你会觉得我是一个特别爱忘事的人，可是实际上，我实际上在外出的时候是带着自己的觉知完成了这一切，而在无意识中就达成了，就实现了。
So just to conclude, this is here for all of us. If you can't see much, okay, that's one thing. It might be something else, but it does not have to be difficult. Life can be great. You just put attention inside, you know, feel yourself there, just there in the heart, and everything is fine. And if you feel that it's not fine at the moment, it will be fine. Don't worry about that.
那最后结论性的语言就是，如果哪怕你是看不到，但是你都不用担心。也许你会觉得这事情不是发展的很好，但是它最终总有一天它会很顺利、很好的，一切都会好的。
And if you feel lost or if you get lost sometime, just bring attention inside, and then you'll find your way back again.
如果你走迷失了，你就把注意力放回来，放到自己的身上，然后你就会回归正道。
You stretch out your hand and somebody's there, you know, stretching out the other hand and saying, hi, let's hang out, you know. Let's continue.
好，那我们就继续下去，继续往前走。
That's beautiful. Thanks, Ricardo.
That's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for creating this, and I'm very happy to share these things. For me, this is it's quite simple. It's meant to be like this. My situation is different, and I can share my experiences, and I just wish that people would, or not just wish, I know that people will have this experience, and that's the main thing, because it changes everything to the
我相
better.
信，Yeah， 我相信人们会和我找到同样的感受，然后就变得越来越好。非常感谢大家，给这个机会让我能够在这里分享。好，非常感谢 Richard 做客我们尼日马拉无国界的这个艺术平台，艺术空间。然后大家一定也是在这个过程中特别的享受，特别的，就是也拉近了我们与不同国家的这种，就是在这个后疫情时代，其实，我们这尼日马拉这个无国界的这个平台，我们从刚一开始就说了，艺术就是一种打破国界、沟通彼此的桥梁，而这种沙龙的方式，就让我们能够在这样一个后疫情时代，通过网络可以实现面对面的这种聚会。而这尼日马拉的意思就是纯洁无瑕，然后呢，还有就是没有困难。今年2020年，我们可能全球，我们每个人都在经历着不同的困难。希望这个尼日马拉的这个光，尼日马拉的光，尼日马拉代表的是没有困难，尼日马拉光芒照亮我们每一个人的心，然后让我们都能够像 Richard Pasho 一样，哪怕在多么困难的事情面前，都能够一往无前的冲破困难，让光照亮，被光照亮。那么今天我们的这个活动，到此就告一段落了。然后我们跟大家预告一下，明天呢，我们还是有一场非常美妙的一场活动，远山的呼唤，来自印度喜马拉雅山巅的母子音乐会，明天也是同一时间同一地点，欢迎大家再次做客尼日马拉无国界的艺术沙龙。好，在这里就跟大家道个晚安，非常感谢 Richard Pasho 兄弟。
Yes, Richard, if you want to stay just for a few more seconds.
Yeah.
We are going to finish this little surprise for you before we finish. So your friend Lenka has finished this new song that you have made together. So now we can all listen to the song as we finish. Lenka, if you want, maybe you can just say a few words.
Okay. Hi again. It was wonderful watching you and listening to you because really Richard is such a deep person. And it's great to listen to his experiences. So what we were doing now with our band was a mixture of my songs, Ricky's songs, and we have just completed making a song in the studio. And because this show came up, so we were thinking with Tom, we could put a video together with our pictures from the beginnings and some things. We added some fun videos. Yes. And some summer pictures because we just made it now in summer. So the song is called Smile. And I think smile is the most beautiful things that people can give each other. And this is what stays with you when you shut down the computer, you come back from a concert, you come back from a movie, you remember the positive things, the smile, the joy, the fun, and this is what stays with you. So I wrote this song about that. It's not really a love song, it might look like, but it's the beautiful thing that you keep from the other person, the light from within that you express through your smile. So Ricky, smile. Show us a smile. Perfect. Now we always joke together. Yes. So here goes the song.
Thank you for the introduction. So here goes the song.
I hope you will enjoy it.
现在请大家欣赏一下 Richard 和 Lenka 他们一起制作的一首新歌，名字叫《Smile》微笑。
Sitting down and sipping coffee, 'cause I know that you are here. Sitting down and sipping coffee, 'cause I know that you are here. Sitting down and sipping coffee, 'cause I know that you are here. Sitting down and sipping coffee, 'cause I know that you are here. Sitting down and sipping coffee, 'cause I know that you are here. Sitting down and sipping coffee, 'cause I know that you are here. Sitting down and sipping coffee, 'cause I know that you are here. Sitting down and sipping coffee, 'cause I know that you are here. Sitting down and sipping coffee, 'cause I know that you are here. Sitting down and sipping coffee, 'cause I know that you are here. Sitting down and sipping coffee, 'cause I know that you are here. Sitting down and sipping coffee, 'cause I know that you are here. Sitting down and sipping coffee, 'cause I know that you are here. Sitting down and sipping coffee, 'cause I know that you are here. Sitting down and sipping coffee, 'cause I know that you are here. Sit stops within. Feels like an angel came to save me from my inner suffering. Each time I make you laugh, your heart opens with mine. The strongest memory of you was when we met the first time.
感谢大家的参与，我们明天见。